What is up, you guys? This is Mini Superheroes Today. This video is going to contain spoilers for the Falcon and Winter Soldier's latest episode, so if you are trying to avoid spoilers, you're going to want to turn away and come back after you've seen it. And in today's video, I'll be showing you how to build every single character from the Falcon and the Winter Soldier now that the series has concluded. What a great show this was. I had so much fun with it, and it was great to build these customs along the way. Now, there's lots of customs that are in this video that aren't in the picture you're seeing right now, but with that being said, let's dive in so I can show you how to build everybody from this show. Also, don't forget to hit the thumbs up down below to help support the channel, and even better than that, don't forget to hit subscribe for daily LEGO videos. Now, let's get into it. Alright, so let's start off with how to build Falcon in his new suit. I love the way he looks, so let's break it down. The torso comes from the 2020 LEGO Store exclusive Avengers accessory pack, which of course had Falcon in it. Then I put some black hands on the arms from Barbara Gordon from the LEGO Batman movie line of sets. Now, I know the skin tones don't match perfectly, but I still think it's a great way to get the short-sleeved look for Falcon. Speaking of which, the wings are my favorite Falcon wings for the MCU version of Falcon, which come from the 2016 Falcon from Captain America Civil War. The head and hair come from the Infinity War version of Falcon, and then dropping all the way down to the legs, these are pretty rare. They come from a series called Island Extreme Stunts from around 2003 or so, and I know those pieces are rare, but I think it makes the figure pop and shine when it's all said and done. Going roughly in sequential order of appearance, we of course have Batroc the Leaper, which was a really cool inclusion since we saw him in the Winter Soldier for the first time. The legs, speaking of the Winter Soldier, come from Bucky from the Avengers Infinity War accessory pack, but honestly, I just threw those on there because I like the way it looked. You could really use any legs, doesn't matter. The torso comes from Anaconda Far from LEGO Star Wars The Clone Wars, with some tan hands popped on there, and then Loki's head for the head of this figure. It was such a nice surprise seeing Rhodey show up in that opening ceremony, so, of course, we've got to include him in this week's showcase. The legs and torso come from Lex Luthor from the LEGO DC line of sets, specifically 2012. Then the hands are just some, hands to match the head here, which, of course, is Rhodey from his Avengers Infinity War appearance or his Avengers Endgame appearance. Then, of course, the hair is just some slicked back hair, and it turns out for one great looking figure. We have the Winter Soldier here from his flashback sequence, and I made no upgrades here. This is just the regular old Winter Soldier figure from the poly bag back in 2012 or 2013 or so. It's a really great figure, and they absolutely nailed that classic Winter Soldier look. I guess technically in this episode's flashback, he did have a black glove on this hand, but, you can use your imagination. Then, of course, we've got modern-day Bucky Barnes, and I really, really love the way that this figure turned out. Simplicity is key sometimes, guys, honestly. The legs are just some dark blue legs to show him wearing jeans. The torso is Bruce Banner from Thor Ragnarok or from Avengers Infinity War, with black hands for his gloves that are, covering up his regular hand and his robotic arm. The head is Poe Dameron from Star Wars, and then there's just some tousled back hair on top. Pretty simple. Then last but not least, we have U.S. Agent, who shows up at the very end of the episode. Now, this is not a purist custom figure. The torso and legs and arms were all printed by Minifig Madness, who's a great customizer. He has an awesome website where you can get customs. I checked this last night, and this custom is not available there right now, but it would not surprise me if he brought this back for, the show being out now. With that being said, I put on the Avengers Endgame Captain America shield. It's the same shield they give Cap and everything now. And then the blue head underneath from Cap from Endgame. And then, of course, the most recent version of Cap's cowl to go on top. So pretty simple. I really loved what they did with his character in this episode. And he starts off in his army fatigues. So to build this, I used the torso from one of the green army men from Toy Story with some dark green legs because LEGO never has really embraced making anything camouflage, so I felt like this was a great way to represent that. Now for the head and hair combo, I did have a little trouble, only because I wasn't sure how to do this the best way. So what I used, what you're seeing here, of course, is the face from Luke Skywalker from like the mid to late 2000s range. I just really like that kind of arrogant smirk with the cheekbone lines there. I think it works well. And then the hair is from Mud Han Solo from the Solo movie. Now, the other hair that I was considering using is this hair, which comes from director Krennic from Star Wars. I think both look really good though, so drop a comment and let me know which hair you prefer. Then we, of course, see him run out in his U.S. agent Captain America suit, and I really love the way that that looked. In order to build this, I did use a lot of pieces from a lot of places, so you'll want to pay close attention. The legs come from the Lego Batman movie accessory pack cop, but I used the eraser method to get the printing off. You can check out the eraser method in another video of mine, but the legs are from there. The hip piece comes from Lego City, from one of the cops from around 2015 or so. The torso is from Bucky from the Infinity War Bricktober pack with blue arms on both sides and red hands with the most modern version of the Captain America shield. The 2021 cap head and helmet combo, and when you put all that together, that's how to build this figure. I really like the way that this looks, and I think it's a great representation. Now, I do have to point out, too, that I got this great custom from Minifig Madness Customs, and it's custom printed. I used that in my week 1 custom, or my part 1 of this showcase series, but you guys asked for a purist version, so of course I tried to deliver that as well. Since we already took a look at Falcon's suit, we're going to skip over it for now. You can go back and check the previous section if you missed that. But anyways, here's how to build Bucky in his tactical suit. The coolest piece, I think, is the newest Darth Vader printed arm. I think it's really cool because there's not a ton of black arm pieces that have printing, and I think it looks good for Bucky's arm. Now, the torso is from that aforementioned Lego Batman movie accessory pack. The legs are from one of the Star Wars Imperial Engineer characters, but I flipped the hips around because for whatever reason, the hip printing didn't look as great. Doesn't really matter, just something for me. Of course, both hands are black. The face is from Poe Dameron from Lego Star Wars, and the hair is from Peter Parker from Spider-Man Far From Home, but it has come in a lot of other places at this point. The Flag Smashers played a very big role in this week's episode, so I figured now was the time to try to tackle how to build them. The head is from one of the goon characters from Star Wars The Force Awakens. I don't remember, I think it's one of Unkar Plutt's goons, but anyways, the torso is Indiana Jones and the legs are just dark blue. Doesn't really matter, I just wanted to give you guys a quick way to maybe make a Flag Smasher custom if you wanted. You guys will remember that Lamar Hoskins shows up as Battlestar, which was a really cool moment. So to build this, I used the torso from one of the Lego Jurassic World characters, but I flipped it around just because there wasn't so much blue showing around his neck area, and I think it looked a little bit more detailed this way, so that's where that's from. The legs are from that engineer we talked about in the Bucky segment. The arms actually come from the Lego Batman movie. I really like that patch there because at one point he does have his arm outreached, and you can see that it looks just like that. The face is just a generic face from some of those Star Wars troopers. I thought it actually worked out pretty well. And the hair has come in a lot of places at this point, but I think mine is from Okoye. I don't remember for sure. I just remember grabbing it from my hair bin. So yeah, when you build as many Lego customs as me, you literally have bins of Lego hair pieces. In a rather unexpected appearance, we got to see Isaiah Bradley, which was a really cool nod to the comics. I really loved that. Unfortunately, Lego does not have a lot of pieces to choose for older black men, so I kind of had to go with what I could here. Once again, the face is from that Lego Batman movie accessory pack. I mean, I don't even think you could do half the figures like I did in this video without that pack, so you'll need him. Of course, he's kind of got this generic hair here. It looks really good. Of course, it's come on Finn and lots of different characters over the years. The torso and legs are from a character named Vern from the Lego Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie line of sets. Then, of course, I put some hands on there to match his head. Toward the end of the episode, we get to see Sam and Bucky in some more casual outfits. So to build those, I used these jean piece here that I got from the Lego store, like a Lego store near me. It was from their Build a Minifigure booth. I don't know if they've ever appeared on an actual figure. Sometimes those pieces are exclusive to the Lego store. Anyways, this torso has come in a couple different city sets, but of course I put some hands on there to match the head and hair from Falcon from Avengers Infinity War. For Bucky, I think I actually showed you guys how to build this in the first installment for the first episode of this series, but once again, it's that hair from Peter Parker, the face from Poe Dameron, the jacket piece from Bruce Banner from Infinity War or Ragnarok with black hands on both sides, and then just some dark printing there for the jeans that he would wear. So this week was interesting because we didn't actually get to see Sam suit up as the Falcon. He was casual pretty much the whole time. So to build his casual look, as we saw in the show, I used this torso from the Lego Fun in the Park set from Lego City. Then I used these dark blue jean legs, which I got from the Build a Minifigure section at the Lego store, but I'm sure they've appeared elsewhere. Then, of course, I used the head and hair from Falcon from Infinity War with some hands to match it all off. Probably the most exciting part of episode 3 was seeing Zemo join the cast. Really cool, and to build him, I used the legs and torso from DJ from Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. He came in his own little polybag thing. He's pretty rare these days, but that's what I used. I put some purple hands on there to help pull in some purple accent, since of course that's Zemo's color. I'll tell you about the head here in just a moment. The hair is just some flat hair. It's come in lots of places. And then the face is from the Prince of Persia character. I don't really know his name because I've never seen that movie, but anyways, that's where it's from. Then the head here you can see is Sinestro, and I used the eraser method to actually take his mouth off so that it looked more like a mask. If you flip it around, you can see what the alternate side would look like, but it's definitely the best way to get the Zemo mask, but it does break the purist method, so if you don't want to do that, you can just use this head that I showed you how to make right there. Interestingly, we see Bucky back in his outfit as the Winter Soldier, kind of in disguise. But anyways, to build this, I used the same hair and head we've been using for Bucky, which is this shorter hair with the Poe Dameron face. The torso, including the arm, is from the Winter Soldier from Captain America Civil War. Now, I know his arm is technically, like, more black in this series, but I do think this looks the best to accent his robotic arm. Then the legs come from the Spy from the Lego Collectible Minifigure series. Here we have Sam in his smiling tiger disguise outfit. I really wasn't sure how to make this because that outfit was so ridiculous, but I think I figured out a way to put it into the Lego Purist method. So we're using the same hands, head, and hair from Sam as before, but the torso is actually from Two-Face from his most recent iteration of Lego Batman sets. I gave him a little drinking glass here to recall that scene where he drinks the snake. Ugh, so nasty. And then, of course, the legs are from Ninjago. Here we have the Power Broker, and I'm really not sure about building this design. I tried my best, but I'm curious to hear what you guys think in the comments below. The legs are from Ninjago from somewhere along the line. This torso is from one of the professors from Lego Harry Potter. Then, of course, the face is from Star Wars from The Force Awakens, one of the First Order Imperial officers. And the hair comes from a lot of places, but mine is from the first version of Doc Brown from Lego Back to the Future. This episode shows us the return of Sharon Carter, which was really exciting, and I couldn't quite get the color right, but I think the general aesthetic works really well for this. So the torso and legs are from Tina Goldstein from the Lego Harry Potter Fantastic Beasts collectible minifigure series. I just think the aesthetic works really well. The face has come from a lot of different places, but it is the original face for Agent 13, Sharon Carter, from her first and only minifigure appearance to date, but it's come on lots of places like Princess Leia once or twice, and, you know, just lots of different places over the years. Then the hair is from Hermione from Lego Harry Potter, but I think it's come in some other places as well. I just kind of wanted to get that blonde-ish hair. Another hair that you could use is this one with the ponytail, but I didn't think it looked quite as good as the one I chose ultimately. Here we have Dr. Wilfred that's working on the super soldier serums, and He was hard to make because there aren't a lot of long-haired Lego pieces that show a receding hairline. So I went for the long hair versus the hairline. Anyways, what I used here is just this longer hair, coincidentally from the same character that I pulled the head from Zemo, from Prince of Persia. The face is from one of the Rebel Hoth troopers from over the years, nothing super specific. The torso is from Chandler Bing from Friends, with black arms and tan hands, and just some generic legs on there to round out the figure. So this episode starts with a flashback of Bucky being saved from his Winter Soldier programming. So he kind of had like a blue shirt on, and I don't really know if anybody's super crazy about building this custom, but I just used the legs, torso, and all that from 2012 Bruce Wayne flipped around. Then, of course, the head and hair come from Bucky from the Bricktober Infinity War pack. Here we have Io, who appears in that flashback as well as in the scene where they're apprehending Zemo. But anyways, this is basically my design for the Dora Milaje in general. So it's, of course, the staff here. The head I used is from Storm from Lego X-Men. The torso is from the Dora Milaje torso from the Black Panther line of sets, with a little skirt piece here on the hips. And then these legs, I think, are from like the 2012 era Castle sets, but I'm not 100% sure. I just found them in my parts bin and thought they looked pretty good, and they've basically been on this figure ever since. Now, the suits that Bucky, Sam, and Zemo wear in this episode are very similar to customs I've already shown you in earlier segments, so if you missed that, you should go check those out, but for this video, we're just going to keep moving on. We do get a brief cutaway sequence to Sharon Carter, but my custom's exactly the same. I just added a cell phone this time since she's on the phone in this scene. Here we have Bucky from the scene where the Dora Milaje and John Walker and Lamar Hoskins come to apprehend Zemo. And to build this, I just used these legs that I've been using from the Build a Minifigure section at the Lego store. I've mentioned that before. The torso can just be any black torso. Mine is actually this Harry Potter torso flipped around. But you will want to use the short sleeve torso from the Mission Impossible Lego Dimensions set. Otherwise, the head and hair are the same that I've been using for Bucky, with this sweatback brown hair and the face from Poe Dameron. And then you guys know I had to do this scene. To build this, I just used the face from Snap Wexley from Lego Star Wars, with some hair from Bruce Banner, and coincidentally, the torso and legs from Bruce Banner as well. Here we have Joaquin Torres, who is Falcon's friend in the military, who we've seen in a couple episodes at this point. Anyways, I used some dark green legs, the torso from the Green Army Men from Lego Toy Story, the hands and head from Bruce Banner from Marvel, and then, of course, just some scruffy black hair there to round out the figure. Here we have John Walker in his military attire from when he is relieved of his duty as Captain America. And yeah, so I used dark blue legs in the torso from Commissioner Gordon from the Lego Batman collectible minifigure series. At least I'm pretty sure that's where it's from. It might actually be from his daughter. I honestly don't remember. That movie was so long ago, and I just pulled this from my parts bin. I put a tan hand on there. I put this cast on there from the Lego Hospital set. Even though his arm is in a sling, there's no way you can sling a Lego person's arm just based on how they go, so that's that. The face is from Luke Skywalker, and the hair is from Muddy Han Solo from Solo, A Star Wars Story. Here we have Val, who is played by Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Really interesting character to show up, and of course she's a world-class actress, so we've got to include her in this showcase. She kind of had like a maroonish shirt on, and I couldn't really think of anything that worked perfectly, so I went ahead with the torso and legs from Snape from Lego Harry Potter. The face is from Monica from Lego Friends, the TV series, and the hair is from the collectible minifigure series. You'll see there are some flowers on it, but there are actually hair pieces that don't have the flowers on it. I just don't have those hair pieces. I'm pretty sure they all came in Ninjago sets over the years. And last but not least, we have Sam's sister, Sarah, and to build this figure, it was very easy, actually. The hair is just a traditional ponytail piece from older Lego sets. The face is from Patty Tolan from the 2016 Lego Ghostbusters set. Then the torso and legs are also from Monica from Lego Friends. We used her face on the character before, and then I just put some hands on there to match. And here we have Karli Morganthau. Now, this was an interesting character to make because the hair is so unique. I tried to match the skin tone as best as possible while also finding a head that had freckles, so I'm curious what you guys think. If you guys have another suggestion, drop a comment below. But anyways, the torso and legs come from Bruce Banner from Infinity War or Thor Ragnarok. The face is from the doll character from Toy Story 4 with hands on there to match, and then the hair is from the exercise girl from the Lego collectible minifigure series. And here is how to build Sam Wilson Captain America in that amazing new suit. I absolutely love it. So, the head and torso you're gonna recognize from the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Falcon Captain America figure. Now, the one I have here is actually a custom from a company called Minifig FX that I got several years ago, and I really think it works perfect for this because, I mean, honestly, it just looks great. The legs are from Sonic from Lego Dimensions. The arms are from the Arctic Explorer or Wildlife Photographer figure, whichever name you prefer, from the collectible minifigure series, with red hands popped on there, the 2016 Falcon wings, regular Falcon's hair, and then a Captain America shield. Now, for those of you that don't have that San Diego Comic-Con exclusive or don't have a custom of it, I went ahead and made this version as well. This uses Spider-Man's legs, regular Cap's arms and torso, the head from the very first ever Falcon minifigure, with the hair from Falcon or Finn or, you know, characters like that. So I wanted to give you guys an alternative, but I have to admit that I think this one is definitely the superior version. Alright guys, well thanks so much for hanging out with me. Be sure to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys on the next video. If you liked what you saw and you liked what you heard, feel free to click that subscribe button for more LEGO videos coming in the near future.